a lot of stuff on the screen here. Okay, this is in Excel. This problem was called the needle problem, where, say, if you had a series of vertical lines, through the vertical lines of the lines are of negligible width, and lines are of negligible width. So what you can do then is, let's see, reset this real quick. I'll reset this one. So you have a series of vertical lines of negligible width, and what you do is, okay, you have a needle of a length of 1. The lines are also a distance of 1 across, and the needle is a length of 1, a radius of 1. So if you drop this needle between line 0 and 1, what is the probability that it will cross line 1? So I set up some variables here. We're going to try 10,000 times. We're going to drop a needle 10,000 times. This is another Monte Carlo simulation. And these will apply to x and y points. This is the radius. This is theta, because the needle will drop at some angle. So we generate a random number for our angle. We generate a random x and y for it to fall at. Or rather, we generate a random angle. And we generate the left point, which lands at some point x. And from that angle in x, we can calculate y, if you know anything about Pythagorean's theorem or whatever, trigonometry. So this is if the radius is between 0 and 1. We also generate a random radius of the line, no longer than 1. So to run 10,000 times, we're at current attempt 2,000. And right now, as you can see, that it's settling somewhere around 32% of the time it does cross the line. And it doesn't have to be at an angle between 90 and negative 90. Or from, 90 and negative 90. So, and this is if the radius is between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1. And you know it crosses the line if the x point of the right, when you calculate the x point of the right end of the needle, if it's greater than 1, then you know it crossed the line. Let's see, a couple more thousand attempts. This was coded in I coded this in Visual Basic of Excel. You just go to the Developers tab and open up Visual Basic. If you know anything about programming, then you can do that. You also can add buttons from the Developer tab, like here. So, and over here is if the radius is equal to 2, what is the probability that it will cross the line? So, right here you see it settled around, I reset it already, but it's set around 31%. Here, if you do the same, click the button, it goes, and you see here it's a greater probability, of course, because the radius is longer, so it'll cross the line most of the time. So I think it's around like 83%. This is just a graph to show the x and y points, but I already reset it so you can't see it. I think it shows the last most point, or last most calculation. But Yeah, eventually it'll sit around like 82% of the time that it does cross the line. I guess only if the angle was super high, like somewhere around 80 to 90 degrees, that it wouldn't cross the line because it'd be almost vertical. The needle would be. If it was like somewhere between 80 and 90, or negative 80 and negative 90, then it would be almost vertical. So I assume somewhere around there, maybe. Then it wouldn't cross the line. Of course, if the angle is 0, it's always going to cross the line. And it's still, but that's about it.